Who was Sennacherib? He was the king of Assyria, mentioned in the Bible. Sennacherib also left behind the Assyrian prism, that was unearthed many years ago, with writings of his campaigns in all the nations he conquered. And it says, Sennacherib's annals are the annals of the Assyrian king Sennacherib. They are found inscribed on a number of artifacts, and the final versions were found in 3 clay prisms inscribed with the same text. The Taylor prism is in the British Museum, the Oriental Institute prism in the Oriental Institute of Chicago, and the Jerusalem prism is in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. Now let's see what Sennacherib, king of Assyria, wrote about the description of all Israel's surrounding neighbors he conquered. End quote. To the lower sea of the rising sun, all humankind, the black-headed race he has brought in submission at my feet. See that. King Sennacherib clearly called of Israel's surrounding neighbors including Israel. The black-headed race. Black-headed means black people. Here is a list written on the Assyrian prism, that lists the names of the kings and nations he conquered. Started at verse 51. Tubalu, the Sidonite. Abdilati, the Arvadite. Urumilki, the Gublite. Midanti, the Ashdodite. Budwilu, the Beth Ammonite. Kamusunadbi, the Moabite. Malik Ramu, the Edomite. Now you can't possibly believe that Europeans were living in ancient Edom with names like Malik. As you can see, Israel and all their surrounding neighbors were black people. The words of Sennacherib himself, king of Assyria, mentioned in the Bible. Now let's see what the prophet Hosea says about Israel being a cake unturned really means. Because for many years, these One West camps have deceived you to believe that Israel all became a lighter complexion with different phenotypes, which is simply not true. This is the book of Hosea, and chapter 7. Please listen very carefully.
Hosea 7. When I would heal Israel, the iniquity of Ephraim is revealed in the evil deeds of Samaria, for they deal falsely. The thief breaks in, and the bandit raid outside. But they do not consider that I remember all their evil. Now their deeds surround them, they are before my face. By their evil they make the king glad, and the princes by their treachery. They are all adulterers. They are like a heated oven whose baker ceases to stir the fire, from the kneading of the dough until it is leavened. On the day of our king the princes became sick with the heat of wine. He stretched out his hand with mockers, for with hearts like an oven they approach their intrigue. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All night their anger smolders. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All of them are hot as an oven, and they devour their rulers. All their kings have fallen. All of them are hot as an oven, and all of them are hot as an oven, and all of them are hot as an oven, and all of them are hot as an oven, and all of them are hot as an oven, and they devour their rulers. All their kings have fallen, and none of them calls upon me. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim mixes himself with the peoples. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers devour his strength, and he knows it not. Gray hairs are sprinkled upon him, and he knows it not. The pride of Israel testifies to his face, yet they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this. Ephraim is like a dove, silly and without sense, calling to Egypt, going to Assyria. As they go, I will spread over them my net. I will bring them down like birds of the heavens. I will discipline them according to the report made to their congregation. Woe to them, for they have strayed from me. Destruction to them, for they have rebelled against me. I would redeem them, but they speak lies against me. They do not cry to me from the heart, but they wail upon their beds. For grain and wine They gash themselves. They rebel against me. Although I trained and strengthened their arms, yet they devise evil against me. They return, but not upward. They are like a treacherous bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword. Because of the insolence of their tongue, this shall be their derision in the land of Egypt.
So there you have it. The one West Ephraim, a cake unturned, lies put to rest. God clearly was the baker in Hosea chapter 7. God was angry with Israel because of their sins and wickedness. Instead of turning Ephraim and cooking him properly, God let Ephraim remain in the oven all night until she was a flaming fire in the morning. Ephraim was completely burned to be jet black on all sides. She was hot and unbaked from the oven. She was neglected by God and not turned. Ephraim was left in the oven to burn. The precept is in the book of Lamentations. Israel's skin became jet black because of the famine. What happens to black people when they get sick? They get darker. Ephraim was completely burned by God on all sides, leaving her to be jet black from the flames. The one West Ephraim, a cake unturned, lies put to rest.